Hey there, it's Diane Forster, and welcome to I Have Today, the show that talks about the art of intentional living. And we're all about inspiring, empowering, and educating you through life's transitions. And today we have a very special episode. It is all about living and becoming your wealthiest self. And it's not just wealth when it comes to money, it's in all areas of your life. And I have a very special guest expert with me who's coming in the studio in just a few minutes, Regina Martinelli. And she is a wealth expert. And her brand new TV show is called Your Wealthy Self. Regina, who I'll talk about in just a minute, I'll read more of her bio. She's an absolute expert at this. Everybody needs to work with her. I absolutely love her. She is a host on I Have Today TV network, our brand new television network. And so her show is premiering in just a few weeks. We're very, very excited to have her here with us and on the network. So not only are you going to get the benefit of experiencing her today, you're going to get to learn more about her upcoming TV show. And that's so exciting. So that is coming up. All right. And so our theme for today is how to become your wealthiest self. So, like I said, it's not just about the money. It's about feeling wealthy and rich and abundant and worthy and deserving in all areas of your life. And Regina's going to go into that with her processes, which I'll let her talk about because they're amazing. All right. So what we do every single week on this show is we have an intention statement. And our intention statement today is, I have today to be my wealthiest self in all areas of my life. I have today to be my wealthiest self in all areas of my life. Now, my team creates a beautiful graphic each week, and there it is. It's on the screen right now to remind you of what our intention statement is this week. So there it is. And where you can find this for yourself is you can go to my Instagram page at Diane Forster Official. And if you go to my profile, there's a button right on the homepage that says intention statements. This beautiful graphic is already there. And what I want you to do is I want you to take a screenshot of it and then use it as your screensaver for the entire week, so that every time you look at your phone, you are reminded of this. And it's through that repetition that we start to rewire the subconscious mind, and we actually believe that. It is our reminder. First of all, we take on the identity of it, and then we start making different decisions in our life towards living our wealthiest self. And you totally deserve to do that. So hop on over to Instagram and do that. And while you're there, if you're not following me, I'd love for you to give me a follow if my work resonates with you, and I'd love to connect with you. All right. All right. So, oh my gosh, money mindset. And now I'm a mindset coach, and I would say I'm an overall mindset coach, where Regina's area of expertise is she gets people to change their relationship with money in a very, very short period of time. But as you all know, if you've been here before, you know when we talk about mindset that it is something that we need to work on every day. It's like a muscle, like our physical body is a muscle. And the more we work it, the easier it actually becomes to do the work. And that mindset is everything. It is absolutely everything. So how you're thinking creates the way you're feeling, which creates the way you're communicating, which is creating the manifestations that are showing up in your life. And where that comes in to play first and foremost is with awareness. So when Regina comes up, we are going to be talking about ways for you to become more aware. Isn't that so exciting? All right. Now, make sure you stick around till the very end, because we always end every episode with a powerful mantra meditation. And where you can find us is we are streaming live right now on E360 TV on the I Have Today TV network. Yay, we launched. You can find us there, but we're also live on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, X, and on YouTube. And we are also streaming on demand on Roku, Hulu, Amazon Fire, Apple, you name it, so many streaming platforms. Now, If you prefer to listen to podcasts, you can also find I Have Today with Diane Forster on every streaming podcast platform. So be sure to check it out. And we love new subscribers and we love your reviews. And you subscribing and reviewing lets other people find out about the work as well. So we get to make a bigger impact in the world. So it would mean the world to us if you would do that for us. All right, so we're getting ready to bring Regina into the studio right now. But before we do, let's hear a word from our sponsor, the Spifter. This week's episode of I Have Today is brought to you by the Spifter. The Spifter is a fun sifting spoon that makes cooking, baking, and decorating with sugars and spices so much fun. No more mess or wasting your spices. It's fast, clean, and easy. Everything looks and tastes delicious. It's also great for straining loose tea, getting pesky broken cork out of your wine glass, and draining liquid off food like olives and capers. Whether you're a novice cook or a gourmet chef, you'll love the results. The Spifter, the kitchen gadget that no kitchen should be without. Well, hello, Regina Martinelli. So nice to see you.
Thank you, Diane. It's great to be here. I'm very excited.
I'm so excited too. You know, to everyone watching and listening, this is a really powerful, special moment for us because Regina is the first host on the I Have Today TV network. She's the first woman who decided, yeah, I want to be a part of this. I want to get my work out into the world in a really great way through the medium of TV. And I definitely want to be a part of I Have Today TV network, empowering, inspiring women all over the world. And I couldn't be more happy, honored, and grateful to have you as part of our family and our hosts. Truly, truly, it means so much to me. Yes. So, all right, before we get into the interview, I want to share a little bit more about you with the audience. All right. So, money mindset and mentor and transformational coach for multi-passionate entrepreneurs. That's what Regina Martinelli does. She is globally recognized master coach, transformation expert, and TV show host. Regina helps high-achieving women start having their fabulously big, juicy life by undoing their self-sabotage patterns. As a transformational coach for over 25 years and as the founder and CEO of Your Wealthy Self, Regina helps you stop hiding your light and holding yourself back so your wealthy self can finally be alchemized. Wow. So good, Regina. Yes.
Thank you.
Well, the first place I want to go is how did you get into this work? What's your story? What was the journey in the path?
Okay. Thank you. So I just wanted to feel better. I wanted to feel better in my body and actually have more ease in my life because I was out there working hard because I was always raised with you have to work hard. You have to work hard. Money comes if you work hard. And I was working hard and I was working hard. And yet I would only get so much money or it would go away. And I didn't feel good. I kept thinking, if I'm working this hard and I'm not getting the kind of money, and it's not just material items, but also like the satisfaction and the accomplishment and being able to celebrate my wins. If I'm not getting those, then there must be something wrong with me. And I kept turning against myself. And then to battle the turning against myself, because it doesn't feel good either, I'd work harder. And then I still wouldn't feel happy or satisfied when I would get those certain milestones. So I'd turn against myself again. And I'd keep going. And it was exhausting. I just kept thinking, there's got to be a better way. There has to be a better way. And so I started doing transformational programs. I started coaching people and I started doing more transformational programs and finding what works and picking the best tools that I loved and working them on myself as well as others. And I realized it wasn't because I wasn't smart enough or I wasn't motivated or undeserving or broken or not good enough. It's because there was an unconscious pattern, limiting beliefs that was in the way of me experiencing life, money, and myself the way I wanted. And it allowed me to get to this place where it's so incredible. I see money as a blessing, and it's a blessing in the sense that you can create, and it comes in all different forms. And people will say, oh, well, if you want more money, it must mean you're greedy or aren't you happy with what you have? And those are beliefs I lived by too. But Diane, if someone said to you, you have enough blessings in your life, Diane, you really shouldn't really open up to any more, how would you feel?
Right. How dare you say that to me?
Yes.
You would feel,
right? You,
yes, I know. I
yeah,
know.
you who creates, yeah, sorry.
Yeah. No, that's okay. You're absolutely right. So when they said that, what did you do?
Yeah, it's like, wait a second. That's also like telling me, I have enough good health and I can't be happier. I can have more laughter. Me creating laughter, me creating health in the world doesn't take anything away from anybody else. And
Mhm.
neither does money. Money is basically a collective hallucination, something that we've all made up and believe in. There's no
Mhm.
limit to it. And it is an idea, and ideas are limitless. And there's value is limitless, right? So it's a blessing and we can create it and we can give it away and create more and do with it what we choose. So when you start to limit yourself in that way, it's not just in money, because I see money as a spiritual highlighter. It also shows how much you're willing to engage with the world, how much you're allowing yourself to have, and how
Mhm.
easily you allow yourself to have it. Because if you believe you have to struggle or that you have to work hard, that anything that comes too easily or more than you think you deserve subconsciously, you're going to get rid of it. This is why
Yes.
people, that roller coaster of, oh, I have money. And then, they have to quickly spend it, or an expense comes up, or there's a leak in the roof and it goes away. And they build it up again and they have to spend it. And what happens is, in your system, there's somewhere when you hit the bottom of that curve, when you've sent the money or the good opportunities away, there is a reset. There's like a relief, even though consciously you may be going, I now need more money. How do I pay for these things? But there's a relief in your subconscious reptilian brain. We can go into that a little bit later. But as you're
Yes.
building money, you feel the safest. But when it gets too high, where it feels too much than you energetically can hold, you have capacity for at this particular state, then you have to send it away. So when I realized that, I wanted to expand my ability to hold wealth, to hold opportunities, to hold love and connection. Because if money is not the thing you send away, you could dismantle your relationships, your career, your health, your love and connection, all the good things in your life. I wanted to be able to hold on to those and have it as good as I could stand. And then when I bump up against that, expand it a little bit more. So I always chat with people about how good can you stand it before the worry, the doubt, and the concern, the anxiety starts to fill up. That is that point that you're holding yourself to, the amount of blessings you'll let yourself in. And if you really believe you don't deserve more, then you won't let more in. So
I love what
I,
you just said. I want to highlight this because that is such a great way, because people think, "Oh, I'm going to win the lottery and then all my problems will be solved." Or if, once I, then I, the when then.
Mhm.
And I love this. How good can you stand it? So figure out what that threshold is, if someone wants to be a millionaire, all right, well, what if I hit $100,000? How would that make me feel? And hit a level and then feel good about it, then maybe to get to that next level. That is a much smarter way of approaching it. How good can I stand it? So good.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And what I love about this too is when you hit that barrier, like this is as good as I can stand it before I get worried or I want to, again, send it away. Right there, that place, that liminal space is where incredible work of transformation can be done, because that's where that belief is running. And that's where you can mine for the gold. Because once you untangle that belief and you revise it, then you can expand beyond that easily and quickly and go to the next level. For all the years I've been doing this, work on myself and with others, once you start removing and shifting those limiting beliefs, as you know, Diane, as a mindset coach, things can start showing up out of the most amazing and delightful ways and so easily. It's really beautiful. And that's what I want for people. And I really want them to know that they are enough, just as they are, to create the life that they want. And there's just these unconscious patterns and limiting beliefs that are in the way. And money is a great way to reveal it.
This is so good. And this is one of the reasons why I was so excited to have you be a part of I Have Today TV and helping and supporting women, which is who you work with. And of course, everybody can benefit from this, but the worthiness aspect of it, and to understand that money is really just energy and it's an exchange of uh, and it is all dependent really on how you feel about it. I know for you, I know for me, I know for many women in my world, your world too, that money didn't doesn't or wouldn't or didn't make us terrible people or anything more even than what we were. We just made us be able to do things at a different level, right? So if you and everybody, if you understand that money has feelings, like, because it's energy. And so if you don't feel good about money, you are going to repel it. You are going to push it away. But if you, what did you say? It's a collective hallucination. I love that. And it's a blessing. I love that so much. So,
Yeah.
go ahead.
If you step into the pure energy of money, it has this feeling of benevolence and blessing. If it feels like anything else, if it feels evil, if it feels unwanted, if it feels dirty, if it feels constricting or upsetting, that means somebody else's energy, somebody else's beliefs have been projected onto it. We blame
Yes.
money for a lot of things, but it's actually not that. And one of the things I want to touch on is there are a few things that trip people up around money that a lot of times people think money is their security. But money is not your security. It's not your freedom. But it can serve you best when it serves those ends, but it's not that end in and of itself. Because how many people do you know who work hard but aren't really free? We all know people who don't really work that much and money seems to come easily to them, right? We
Yeah.
know people who have a lot of money, but they don't take the time to enjoy themselves because they're so worried about losing what they have that they can't stop working. Like they're never present to take vacations if they take vacations. So money is not your security or your freedom. It is also
Mhm.
not what keeps you stuck or lets you move. Because how many times have you heard lottery winners will be said they go bankrupt, right? Within 2 to 3 years of winning. There's like a statistic around it because it's so, it's just almost guaranteed, right? That just happens again and again. And it's not the money, it's their beliefs around money that keeps them stuck. Because
Mhm.
it's like when you see a young celebrity who shoot to fame quickly and then they totally trash their lives. Their
Yes.
capacity for holding that amount of money or blessings is beyond what they can hold because of how they view themselves, what their beliefs are about themselves, and what they deserve. And the other thing is that your worth, you just touched on this, Diane, is immeasurable and eternal. Money cannot add to it nor take away from it. Neither can the lack of money. I mean, if you've ever had kids or been a kid or even seen one on TV, how many babies do you know who are born worthless? You know, they don't
Right.
have a job, they don't have any money. Does that make them
Right.
worthless?
Right.
No. And we're the only species who measures our worth and actually finds it lacking.
Ah, yes. It's so
Yeah.
true. Well, you know, there's so many places we could go with this because you're right. It is, we weren't born with this belief. We inherited this belief um, through words, language, energy, emotions, just picking up on it at home, out in the world, the matter of fact, flippant things that so many people say, like, money doesn't grow on trees. The truth of the matter is, yes, it does. Money's made out of paper, and paper is trees. So, yeah, it actually does grow on trees. But it is our belief about it. And I've seen this in my life because I've been very, very successful in my life. I've been dead broke and on my knees in my life at different points in my life. And I know this for sure, that the the happier I am, the more fulfilled I am with myself in my life and what I'm doing, and not looking at anything in my life from a perspective of lack. It's always from a place of gratitude and happiness. No matter how much quote unquote work I have to do, I'm always enjoy in doing the work. Now, not I wasn't always this way, but I'm doing and living in a way where I do my very best to feel happy, joyful, in gratitude and love as much as I can. And so much comes. And so talk about this, because when that happens for you, whether it's you find that the person in front of you at Starbucks bought your coffee, or you put on a coat you haven't worn in a long time and there's a $20 bill in it, or, the little sort of things, the magic that sort of starts to happen, expands even more and more and more. And so, how does somebody who's going from a place where they don't feel like they have a good relationship with money, that they've always been struggling with money, that money is hard because I have to work so hard for it? What are the first couple of things that you do? Because I know you have a phenomenal program and now we have your TV show coming out. So let's get into some of the tactics because they're like, yeah, 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 this sounds so great, Diane and Regina. But what do I do? How do I do this? So where do they start?
Okay, good. So, one thing is whatever you do that makes you happy is good for all of us.
Mm.
So, starting there, right? Because when you're happy, you're, as you said, energetically sending out good vibes and energy, and that pulls things back. We're not in a universe that is a rewarding or punishing. And we get caught in that by, if I work harder, I'll deserve goodness. I am good enough. I'm going to keep trying to be good enough so I deserve something. That's a reward and punishing type of view of the universe or God or whatever you want to call it. If you look at it as a mirroring universe, then the happier you can be. And it's not meaning that you have to deny all the things that happened in your life or what you're actually working through, but being in a place of, I've got all that. What will make me happy today? Is it to go outside and hear the bees? Is it to go take a walk? Is it to call a friend? That actually creates more of that. And more that you do that is good for all of us because it actually sends out more waves, more energy, and it impacts people. You don't get to say how big of an impact you get to make. I mean, you could be big or small. You don't actually get to do that. You get to decide what the impact is. You sending out your happiness goes out. You don't know how big it's going to impact your neighbor or someone you're driving next to and you let them cut in front of you, but it could make a difference. But all of that is just starting from there. And one thing that was important for me, and sometimes it can be hard to take consciously, but the more, as you said, talk about, the more it can filter in, is that you are enough. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to produce anything. You don't have to be any way different for you to have what you want, for you to be happy. The universe isn't going to say, oh, when the best version of Diana comes in, then she can have more. No, you already are the best version of you. And yes, there'll be other subsequent versions of you as you grow this network and do all the wonderful things that you want, that you're reaching for to create and engaging with life. And all of those are just as valuable and just as precious and just as wonderful and just as enough. And you reaching out for what you want, you engaging with the world, creates something. It creates that beauty, that inspiration, that's kind of the gift back to the universe. Like they give us, we get the life and what we do with our life, but it's the reaching out and creating. We're always creating, whether we're creating oh man, life is hard. Oh, it's horrible. I can't do these things. Or, you know what? I'm going to take a step today. I'm going to go for a walk and feel happier in my body. Or whatever it is that makes me happy in this moment. Maybe it's playing Candy Crush. I don't know. But whatever makes you happier makes all of us happier, because the more we can have what we want and we can actually engage with our happiness, the more evidence there is in the world that we can have what we want. We can have it with ease. And it bumps up against the naysayers who are like, oh, no, that's not possible. That's not possible. Do you know there used to be a time when people didn't believe you could get paid for doing what you want, what you loved?
Yes. Yeah.
And now we would be, oh my God, you're kidding me? Of course we can. There's evidence of it everywhere. So the consciousness has shifted. When you do anything that makes you happier, it raises all tides. It helps the consciousness shift. And it's also, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say for that, like expanding on this, back to my original point about awareness. Let's talk about the awareness. It's also like, be aware of what Regina just said right now, that you absolutely can get paid well, make a lot of money doing what you love. In fact, I say you should be doing everything you can to be doing what you love, and that will bring the money to you in the most incredible ways. But the second thing I want to say is also having a lot of curiosity. Be curious and question things that you were taking for face value before, like a statement like, you have to work hard for the money,
Mm-hmm.
right? And go,
Mm-hmm.
well, but do I? Do I really? And having a sense of curiosity and not taking things just at face value, right?
Right, because if working hard did actually equal money, our nurses, our teachers, and our mothers would be one percenters, right?
Yeah.
It would be they'd be dripping in wealth. So it's not actually the hard work that it makes the money. So if that's not true, if that's just a notion, then couldn't it also be possible that you could have it easy, that you could actually those beliefs don't have to be as truthful, they don't have to be as cemented in. Because one of the things that happens is when we take the bait of like, oh, we have to work hard, things have to be hard. Then the funny thing about our neurology is we will get our beliefs to be true. And we'll
Yes.
get it to be what we either rearrange the people around us or our circumstances so that we feel like we have to work hard or struggle, or we distort the way things show up so that we also feel like it was a hard work. Either way, it's the same thing. Whether people actually we have to work hard, like we think we have to work, we get the situations, or we experience the distortion of that, the result is the same, that we actually then get evidence that we have to work hard. So as Diane said, if you inquire into it and you start to get curious about, what if this isn't true? If this isn't true, then how would I like it to be? What would that feel like? Because if you start with a feeling and you start to focus on that feeling, then things can grow. And also with the thing of awareness, when you bump up against a limiting belief or a truth that doesn't work for you anymore, a belief that's not as useful, the feeling of it, feeling where it is in your body, feeling how it shows up, and really sitting with it without prejudice, like all the innocence and all the guilt about it, just holding it and letting it just be there like, oh, like my shoes are tied or my shoes aren't tied. And sitting through that experience for a moment or two actually really helps the energy pass through. And then something else is available versus trying to shove it down and work on top of it. That's not useful for your body and your system in creating what's next.
Exactly. And by stopping and pausing like that and becoming present and becoming aware, you stop the outside forcing things to happen. Like, I got to hustle more. I got to do more. I got to make more phone calls. I got to get through all these emails. I got to, which never ever works. That goes against the natural flow of the universe. I love that. Yeah. So what is the experience like when a woman comes to you? What's it like to work with you, Regina?
So I usually chat about what it is that you actually want. A lot of times we're chasing things we think we want. Like I had a client recently and she's like, I want $5 million in the bank. Great. But the question is, well, what will having that do for you? If you had $5 million in the bank, what is that really? And she would say some things like, okay, when you have those things, like, pay bills, pay off the house, what's next? Oh, I could go on vacation. I could do these things. Okay. Once you go on vacation, you have all that. What's next? We go through this. We peel back the layers. And what
Yes.
we got to, and this is what I love working with people, is what is truly important to them, which for her, it was sense of freedom, sense of certainty in her life, and being able to be yourself, like, and love herself. I'm like, oh, so you want a sense of freedom, ability to be yourself and have certainty and love yourself. She's like, yeah. Do you see how much closer that is than $5 million in the bank?
Right.
Yeah. And $5 million in the bank, just because you have it, doesn't mean you're going to get those feelings. So when you set that aside as you think, oh, that's the thing, but you actually know what you really are after, it's so much easier to create. So we start there. Then we start looking at what are the beliefs, what are the blocks, what are the childhood trances that are in the way, like those wounds that have created the distortion of imposter syndrome, the anxiety, or not feeling good enough, not feeling worthy of chasing their ideal client or making more money, or saying even that they want more money or that they want their life to look differently. And what is it? We start going through this process, and I use a lot of neuroscience and quantum field work to start to remove and shift the blocks and uncover so that people can have more of what is useful for them, the experience that they want.
So good. And it's so fantastic because it happens so quickly. The changes and the transformations happen quickly, right?
Right? It's
Yes.
amazing because you have to know, a lot of times people approach transformation, therapy, and all these things, which are all wonderful practices and modalities, through the conscious brain. But your conscious brain didn't fully come online until you were in your 20s, mid 20s, your cerebral cortex. But But your critter brain, which they call the reptilian brain, is online and fully functioning while you're in utero. So
Yes.
anytime there was stress, there was fear while you're of your mother who was carrying you, or in your family dynamic before the age of 6, that all has a chance to make an imprint on how safe the world is, how deserving you are, how valid you are, how much you belong or feel safe to be loved or to love. And all of those distortions start to show up with money. They can show up in a lot of areas. I just choose to go through money. But and the work that I do, we go straight to the reptilian brain where those patterns were first laid down. We go to the source. So it's a much quicker experience versus the cerebral cortex in the front of the brain, which is also wonderful. You experience a lot of your symptoms up here. Again, that's that people pleasing, the stress, the avoidance of wanting to reach for more, the guilt and shame of money, or of raising your hand to say, hey, pick me. I want to be the one for that promotion, or I want to expand my business. Those are all the symptoms, but it's a pattern that's running down here. And so the techniques I use and how the brain is designed, you don't have to fight yourself. A lot of times people use willpower. They talk about willpower. You've just got to do it. But you're willing your cerebral cortex to battle your reptilian brain. And those are two different sides of you. So then who actually wins, right? We've done this come the beginning of the year, and you want to eat better and exercise more, whatever it is, and you feel good. And then at some point you start to battle yourself on that pint of ice cream is really just one serving. So, or I don't really have to go to the gym today, whatever it is. And then next thing you know, you feel bad for not doing it at the same time you really love the ice cream and not going to work out. But what I do is I get those two sides of your brain on the same team. So they're both working on your behalf for what you want to create in your life, versus doing what the reptilian brain thinks is the best thing for you to keep you safe, which is an outdated program from when you were, like 3 years old. And you're now much more capable to deal with how life is and make sense of it, when a 3-year-old really wasn't.
Right. That is so powerful. And I think everybody should throw out the word willpower anyway. It doesn't even exist. Just throw that word out. Don't even use it anymore. Positive, negative, however, just get rid of it. That is really powerful. So this spills into the other areas of our lives, right? Because even though people come to you as a money mindset coach first, right? Because that is the thing, it is the number one thing that people come. 80% of the women that I've coached over the years reinvented their lives. They didn't put health, they didn't put love, they put money first, 80% of the time. But as you and I both know, in our mindset work in our world, it spills into the other areas. So when someone works for you, like give an example or two of someone who came to you to deal with money and what happened to them.
Absolutely. So a woman came to work with me regarding money, and she basically was bedridden. She couldn't get out of bed. This was her life had been a life like this for years. She was just ill and exhausted. And we went through my program, went through the exercises, and I worked with her quite a bit. And she said to me, she's like, I went hiking with some friends.
Wow.
I am 80% better. I still have 50% more to go, but I'm 80% better than when I started. Like, I'm out of bed, I'm going for walks, and I'm not crippling exhausted afterwards. So what she was energetically holding on to, we looked through the lens of money, and it really didn't have to do with money, but money just helps us see where some of those stuck points are. Because again, it's about us reaching for things. So she wasn't reaching for life in the same way, right? She was kind of closed down, and her health was deteriorating. And then it became like, oh, it's safe to reach for life. It's okay for me to have a vibrant, brilliant, magnificent life that I create. But that we can all consciously say, but her unconscious younger self was not on that page.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I've had people open new businesses, find relationships. I had this one woman who came to me for money because she owned her own hotel, and she believed in her family. If you could either have money or you could be in a relationship, but you couldn't have both. So she chose to have money. And she was working on that because she wanted to have some freedom to leave the hotel and have somebody else run it so she could go, on adventures and travel. Working with me after she was done, she's like, I'm dating. I'm dating and I have somebody running my hotel. So she's
Amazing.
getting both, right?
Amazing. Yep. Oh,
Yeah.
so good. Well, I'm so excited for our audience to learn more about you and to start watching your show. So, all right, I want to ask you two more questions, and we'll talk about the show and ways to work with you and follow you. So, the first question is, how do you live the I Have Today way, which is intentionally in the present moment? And if you could start it with I have today too, and then fill in the blank.
Great. So I have today to intentionally create each day based on who I am now, with clarity and knowing that I am enough just as I am, not the past version who would turn against myself, but knowing I'm enough to keep my intentions on daily joy and noticing the small synchronicities that are actually the universe conspiring on my behalf to have what I
Oh my
want to be
God.
my wealthy self.
Beautiful. So beautiful. I love that. Now, okay. And then, Regina, what do you wish more people knew?
I wish they knew how incredibly precious and beautiful beings that they already are, and that they are enough just as they are. And the universe sees them as perfect, whole, and complete. There's nothing you need to do, be, have, or produce to have the joyous life that you want. You are enough just the way you are. You are so loved.
So true. So true. So beautiful. Okay, let's talk about your show a little bit. Yeah. So tell everybody the name of your show, even though I said it already, and what it's about. Yeah.
Awesome. So it's called Your Wealthy Self. And we use money as a spiritual highlighter because wealth begins from within. And I love working with money because it reveals how much you'll allow yourself to have, how easily you allow yourself to have what's important to you come into your life, or how much struggle you subconsciously believe you need to go through to deserve what you desire. Because if we can shine a line on that, we can shift it. So basically, if you don't have what you want, if your life isn't the grand adventure that you want it to be, if you don't have what's important to you, then there's something in the way. And it's not because you're not smart enough, you're unmotivated, you're not deserving or good enough, or it's not that you're broken. It's because there's most likely an unconscious patterns and limiting beliefs that are in the way of you experiencing life, money, and yourself. So my show is about honoring your wholeness, that you are enough, and that you have the power to create your vision with ease, certainty, from an authentically inspired place of joy, possibility, and beauty.
So beautiful. So beautiful. So excited for your show that's launching. And Regina's show is going to be on I Have Today TV network. So, and positioned right after my show on Mondays at noon. Yes, Pacific time. Yay. So good.
Yay.
So search for that. We'll have some information in the show notes about that too. So, and then where can people learn more about you and working with you directly?
They can go to yourwealthyself.com.
Yes.
It's my website about my programs, about my show, about my offerings, all that good stuff.
Okay, fantastic. All right. Is there any final words you want to share?
I do. Thank you. A lot of times people look at transformation or shifting mindset as it's a big thing to do. Do you know it only takes 1% to shift? It just takes 1%. It's like when water is water, it needs 1% higher before it hits boiling rate, or 1% lower, 1 degree lower before it hits freezing when it's in that range. So only 1% of you has to shift to have things be so much easier, so much more beautiful.
So beautiful. And you're right. We say that here all the time, 1% better every day. That's it. It's so good. And it's so true, right?
Yeah.
It's not the big behemoth thing that you think it is. It's not.
Yeah.
It's that little tiny shift. So, well, we're so excited to have you, Regina, and continued success in your business and your work. And of course, with the TV show, everyone at the network and in the community is so excited for your show to premiere. And you're going to impact so many lives. So, we're so grateful to have you. Thank you so
Thank you
much
very
for
much.
being here today. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. This has been a joy and a dream. And I am so excited to be part of your network and to help as many people as possible. Just thank you. the work you do is amazing.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Well, we're just getting started and it's only going to get better and better and better. So thank you so much. Okay. I know I'll see you soon. All right. Take care. Okay. Bye.
Thank you.
Isn't she wonderful? You are going to love her show and you must work with her. Must work with her. Her results are incredible and they're very quick. They happen rapidly. So that's why I was honored to have her as part of our founding member hosts here at I Have Today TV. So, all right. Well, be sure to stick around till the end because I'm getting ready to do a mantra meditation all about money and your wealthy self mindset. But before we do that, I want to share a couple of quick things with you. One of them is that you might be curious hearing Regina today talk about her show that's coming up, and she's on I Have Today TV network, which is the first and only women's personal development and transformation television network for women in their 40s, 50s, 60s. You may be an expert out there at what you do or have a message or a story to share. Perhaps you're an author or a speaker or an expert in a variety of fields. No, it does not matter what the field is. If you've got a vision and a mission to help and serve as many women as you can, then we'd like to have a conversation with you. But what we want to do first is we want to invite you to first understand, well, what is TV and what does it mean to be a TV host? I don't have any experience, or is it expensive? Is it hard to do? All of those questions. Well, we have all those answers for you in a fabulous training that there's only 5 shifts you need to make in order to become a star TV host. So what I want you to do is watch this video right now to learn more. Hey there. Do you want to become a TV host and earn 5, 6, even 7 figures in your business, even if you have no experience? Listen, if you're a woman professional and entrepreneur and you help women solve a major life or business challenge with the work that you do, then this is for you. If that's not you, feel free to click skip. But if that is you, then pay very close attention because what I'm about to share in this video has the power to transform your life and your career. Hi, I'm Diane Forster. After 20 years at ABC TV and hosting my own TV show for the last 5 years, I've made millions of dollars in my career, won multiple awards, appear all over national media and big stages, all because I have a TV show. I'm not spending all day doing marketing strategies that just don't work. I'm using the power of one brilliant TV show to do the work for me, and I'm teaching my clients how to do it. Now, the strategy works so well, we've been able to quickly help women just like you launch their own brilliant TV shows, streamline their marketing efforts, and generate more income and impact. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to check out this presentation right now. Just click the link below under this video. You'll be taken to this sign-up page where you get a 24-hour pass to watch the presentation. Now take a look at Alexis Johnson. She was struggling with her marketing and in her business on how to effectively reach her right market. She put these strategies into place and launched her first show in just 30 days. Not only that, she generated $25,000 in revenue before she even launched. Now here's Megan Benson. She was also struggling with trying to be too many places and was getting nowhere. And she had no experience in TV at all. She followed the strategies and her new game show, Get in the Game, is premiering on ABC in Santa Barbara. So again, click the link and go to the sign-up page for your 24-hour pass. Then sit down, get something to take notes with, and watch this masterclass because this has the power to change your life. Now, it doesn't matter what niche you're in. You absolutely can and should have a TV show. This works for you, even if you have no experience, or you don't have a lot of time, or you don't even know how to start. You need to click this link now and learn how TV hosting can totally change your career and life. Click the link, sign up, and I'll see you there. All right, so we have a QR code for you right now. If you want to register, just go to tvstarhost.com, tvstarhost.com to get this free training, 5 simple shifts to become a TV star host. Okay. If you're watching this on a big screen, just use your phone and the QR code will take you right there where you register and you get access to the training immediately. So we'd love to have a conversation with you after as well and have you find out about joining the I Have Today TV network. Are you a good fit for it? So, all right, this show has been so fantastic, so phenomenal, so many exciting things going on. And Regina is one of a dozen or so TV hosts that we have on the network so far. We're very excited about what's happening. So it's amazing. It's amazing. And so the feedback has been incredible. And so we hope to hear from you. All right, what we're going to do right now is we're going to get ready to do our mantra meditation. And so if you're driving, obviously you can't close your eyes. But for everybody else, please stop all distractions. Don't be multitasking. Take these few minutes with me right now so we can really ground in what you learned today so that you really can become your wealthiest self. So what we're going to do is I will walk you through this. We're going to do this 2 times. We're going to breathe in through our nose for the count of 4 and pull that all the way down to your tailbone. That's where your root chakra is. Then we're going to count to 8. And as we're counting to 8, we're going to send energy to each one of your 8 chakras, starting with your root, then your sacral, your solar plexus, your heart, your throat, your third eye, your crown, and your soul star, which is your quantum point. That's about a foot or so above your head. It's a very one. It is the gateway to information. It's the portal to abundance. It's a portal to so much. So what we want to do is we're counting to 8. We're just imagining them lighting up and filled with energy. That is also healing everything in your body. It feels so good. And then what I want you to do is I want you to blow out for the count of 8. And I want you to blow out like you're blowing out birthday candles from your mouth. And what your visualization is that every toxic memory, traumatic experience, negative emotion, anything that you may or may be aware of and may not be aware of consciously, subconsciously, is leaving your body as you're breathing out for that count of 8. It's going to feel phenomenal. We're going to do this twice and then just listen to the words. Don't worry, I'm going to walk you through it. I got your back, all right? So put your feet flat on the floor. Close your eyes. Put your hands on your lap. Put your hands down, face down if you feel grounded, or if you feel like you want to receive more energy, just turn them up. And then start breathing in through your nose for the count of 4 right now. And then hold it as we light up your chakras for the count of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And blow it out like birthday candles. Get rid of all that toxic energy. Let's do that one more time. Breathe in through your nose for 4. Pull it down and hold as we light up your chakras. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Blow it out for 8. Listen to the words. I have today to love my life. Something really good is going to happen to me today. I can feel it. Miracles big and small. I notice them all. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. I have today to be my wealthiest self in all areas of my life, not just when it comes to money, but money is so important. I can become my wealthiest self, and I can do it starting today. I'm no longer going to have the belief that I have to work hard for money. I am going to see money for what it is. It is a true blessing. And I can create abundance and wealth in all sorts of forms in my life. Like Regina said, money is a collective hallucination. It really is a blessing, and it is easy to have. The better I feel about money and my relationship with money, the easier it will flow into my life. And it's not about a certain number. It's about a feeling and an emotion. And I now believe that I can do what I love and love what I do, and that is going to attract as much money as I want to me. I'm going to start with saying, how good can I stand it? How good can I really stand it? And is this as good as I can stand it right now? And allow myself to evolve up the ladder to receiving more so that it is mine for the taking. It is my gold. It is here for me. And I grow and move and feel that worthiness and deserved feeling as it's coming into my life. I understand now more than ever that I am so worthy. I am worthy right now, right here. Nothing in my life has to change. I've always been worthy. I am worthy and deserving. I am enough. I am already the best version of me. And whatever makes me happy makes everybody happy. And so on this day and every day forward, I'm going to live in this awareness. I am going to know this. I am going to start with this feeling. I am going to feel worthy. I am going to be happy. I am going to do things that bring me joy. And the abundance and the wealthy feeling will just continue to flow into my life as I already am my wealthiest self. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to thank my guest, Regina Martinelli, for being here today. Make sure you check out her show, Your Wealthy Self, and at her website, reginamartinelli.com. Follow us here at I Have Today TV. You can find us on E360 TV and YouTube. If you search I Have Today with Diane Forster and Google me, I show up everywhere. This is it for this week's episode. We'll see you next time. Take care. Happy today. Bye-bye.